From the BiffNet Studios World Headquarters in Spring, Texas, it's Barry on Deck, hosted by former ESPN Houston radio host and stand-up comedian Barry Laminack, starring Oliver the Cat. Written by Barry Laminack, produced by Barry Laminack, directed by, you guessed it, Barry Laminack. Featuring sports, entertainment, special guests, film sessions, and some drinking. Okay, a lot of drinking. Viewer discretion is advised. And now, here's your host, Barry Laminack.
What's up, you damn dirty deckheads? Welcome to Barry on Deck. I am your host, Barry Laminack. Thank you guys for being here. Today is Tuesday, July 14th, 2026. And this is episode number 1084 of Barry on Deck. Welcome to the show, welcome to the program. Hey, hello. Hi, how you doing? Yeah, can you believe it? Can you dig it? We are on, ladies and gentlemen. We still have power at Casa del Laminack. At least for now. That's the, you know, for now we have it. So we'll see how it goes. Been flickering a little bit. We lost it for most of the day yesterday. But we are flickering, but hanging in there. We lost it once briefly, and then we had a couple of but they never went out. They like a brown. I don't know the difference between a brownout and a blackout. I guess I need to look that up. Whatever it is, we have power, so we're doing it. Doing it well, as Uncle L would say. So thanks for being here. Thanks for your patience, as always, with all the bullshit and rigmarole that goes on trying to get this show going. What's up, Big Stout? Good to see you, Pimp. B. Hannon. What's up, homie? B. Hannon's here. PP Dubs. PP Dubs in the building. And early on the tubes was Aaron J. Bryant, Esquire. The old man. The old man. All right, we have... That's not the correct lineup for today. Give me this shit. Put that over there. Hey, Dre! What's up, pimp? Yes, we are live. For now. Fingers crossed. And eyes, too. Just to, you know, make sure that the lights stay on. That hurt. Big Style said, a blackout is a total loss of electrical power, leaving everything in the dark, whereas a brownout is a partial temporary drop in voltage where electricity remains on but operates at a reduced level, causing lights to dim and appliances to run inefficiently. Oh, man. I want to say, like, wow, you're smart. You Googled that shit. Don't lie. You Googled it. Dre! Thank you, resubscribing, pimp, for 42 months, for 48 months. Holy shit. Much love, sir. I appreciate you. Dre resubscribed. He said, where the hell you been? I missed you. So appreciate you. First of all, missed you too. Second of all, and I was on vacation last week. Was it last week? No, the week before. I don't know. They're all running together now. It's starting to confuse me a little. I was on vacation. Let's see. What is today? No, we had shows last week. That's what it was. I was on vacation like the 29th through the 2nd, which would have been show days, not full vacation days, but that's why I was gone. And then last week we had a couple shows, had some issues. And then, yeah, so far we're trying to get back to it this week. Had power outages yesterday because of, you know, someone farted. So yeah, that's where we're at right now. You look like you got some vitamin D out in the sun. I did get a little bit of a tan. It's you know, got a little color to the face. Arms got a little tan. Now don't look up there. Oh my God, look how white that man is. That's crazy. Look at the difference. It's like doesn't know how to season food uses Tony Chachere's. Yeah, like you can see too, like just the difference, I guess, a little bit in the face. So yeah, your boy got a little sun. Amos said, I thought a brownout was when Sexy Red was singing about her booty hole. Can I tell y'all, can I confess? I don't like Sexy Red. I don't like it. And, granted, I haven't listened to her entire repertoire. Dre over here looking. I haven't listened to her whole repertoire. But the one song that I did hear, I was like, yo, she's not on beat. And there is nothing, for me, it's a non-starter is being off beat. Like Silk the Shocker, fuck him. Never. I couldn't listen to Silk the Shocker for shit. He was always off beat. And then I heard that one, I was about to say Spicy Red, Sexy Red song. I was like, she's not on beat, man. So I was out on Sexy Red after that. The blanks are to cover my eyes from the whiteness. Oh, those are covers. I thought those were like glasses, like you were peeping the lack of melanin. B. Hannah said, Ice Spice Meg the Stallion. Sure. Yeah. Yeah, Meg the Stallion for sure. I like Meg the Stallion. I like old Meg. I call her the Stallion. Just, you know. Ice Spice. I can't say that I know any Ice Spice songs. What is a Ice Spice? Let me see. What the hell is a Ice Spice? Is that one of these here flavors? I like the wild cherry. They got an Ice Spice? Let me pull up Apple Music and I'll play because they always list like the most popular song first in their repertoire. That's not how you say it. That's how the kids say it. Let's see. Ice. Am I logged in? Yes. Icy Spicy. Let's see. Her number one song, Boy's a Liar Part 2. And then Deli. Okay, we're gonna listen to those. Let's see. Here's she's whack but purposely off deep. That's called the new Detroit flow. No. I don't care. Are they trying to, who was it that Jay Dilla? He always had like drunk beats. That kind of shit just bothers me. I can't deal with it. Like Jay Dilla is a world-renowned producer, beat maker. And he was, you know, a lot of his shit was not on the, you know, on the 1 and the 3 or the 2 and the 4. It was just, you know, he had a lot of swing in producer parlance. It's not my thing. Silk the Shocker sounds like one of those 2 a.m. infomercials that comes on after Girls Gone Wild ads. And the televangelist selling bottles of holy water. That's funny. That is funny, Heartthrob. By the way, what's up, Heartthrob? What's up, Amos? At least Big Stout admitted he Googled that shit. He's like, no doubt, I Googled it. All right, this is Ice Spice's first song listed on Apple Music.
Take a look inside your heart. Is there any room for me? I won't have to hold my breath till you get down on one knee, because you only want to hold me when I'm looking good enough. Did you ever fool me? Would you ever picture us? Every time I pull my hair, was only out of fear that you'll find me ugly and one day you'll disappear. Because what's the point of crazy? You're not good enough, good enough. But boys are liars.
No, I can't do that. I can't do that. I'll give her a shot with her second song. This is called Deli.
Bentley, but I'm still shaking ass in the deli. With my bitch getting dirty. He like him already. He want the wop, but I just want the fetty. And I'm back in his partner, I'm petty. Call me that B while he eating my honey. You know niggas love bitches with money.
She says she shows her panties at the deli. That's gross, bitch. You gonna get stuff in my sandwich. Don't be pulling your cooter out at the fucking deli. What's wrong with you? You gonna be like, I didn't order these alfalfa sprouts. Oh, sir, that's not alfalfa. That's Ice Spice pubes. What the? No, thank you. B. Hannon said, Amos said that wasn't heard. The fuck it wasn't. I'm literally on Ice Spice music, and that's what it shows. Let's see. Munch. Foodie. What? Munch. Here you go. All right, this is Munch. This is the last one. Okay? This is the last one. I'm gonna get kicked off of YouTube for this shit.
You thought I was feeling you? That nigga a munch. Nigga eater, he ate it for lunch. Bitch, on my body, I get what I want. Like, you thought I was feeling you? That nigga a munch. Nigga eater, he ate it for lunch. Bitch, on my body, I get what I want. Like, bitch, say bad, let's keep it a beam. Know they be mad, I be on the scene. Ass too fat, can't fit in a jean. Use my steps, but it's not what it seems. I got that.
Nope. I'm out. Nope. I mean, she got big titties. I see that in the little videos here. Nope. Can't do it. Not my thing. B. Hannah put like. Nope. Can't do it. Not digging that. Nope. I don't know. Just not. That didn't move me. And y'all know me. I love chick songs. I love chick music. That was the kids. That's what the kids call sexy drill. Well, the kids can have it. Okay. The kids can have it. I miss the good old days when MC Light would just tear motherfuckers up. Miss it. Oh, you know what? That'll be our other topic that we'll get to today. Amos asked the question, favorite hip hop era. So we'll get to that. We'll get into some what's it called? Some hip hop discussion about that in a little bit. Yeah, B. Hannah said TLC. Well, they weren't rappers per se. They were, them and Mary J. Blige were like R&B. So I'm assuming Ice Spice is a rapper. I'm assuming. Like Meg Thee Stallion. So I just miss the good old days, man. Salt and Pepper. Heavy D up in the limousine. No, but I miss like Salt and Pepper, MC Light, Queen Latifah. Ooh, ladies first. Ladies first. Like, that was, to me, there's few women out that can rival those famous ladies of hip hop. The first ladies of hip hop, I guess you could say. All right, we got shit to discuss. We'll circle back on some hip hop discussions here in just a little bit. Let me see make sure my wife is okay. Okay, that was just the one. All right, I guess we're all good here. Okay. Pick any 10 years of hip hop and that's all you have for the rest of your life. Okay. So that'll be the question. Let's jump into some headlines though. And, by the way, this is the biggest news. A lot of you are probably out on World Cup and I get it. No USA, but France, they're in extra time. What do they call it? Bonus time, extra time. I don't know. I think the way they keep time in soccer is fucking stupid. Absolutely stupid. Yes, behind Lil Kim also on that list for sure. But they're into the 92nd minute. France is going to lose this bitch, which is crazy. This is, I mean, it's not, I don't think it's a monumental upset. You know what I mean? Like if the Netherlands would have beat England and then gone on to win this whole thing, something like that would have been probably pretty monumental. But Spain is up 2-0 on France. France was favored. Put it this way, France's money. Oh, this is live. They're plus 15,000 now. The spread was 1.5. Let me see if I can find. Let's see. France has 5 minutes to score 2 goals. Yeah. Let's see. France, Spain odds. France is favored at minus 136. Spain is at plus 118. 90-minute money line odd price to win at roughly plus 135, plus 40, while Spain is listed at plus 210, plus 225, and a draw sits at plus 210. Okay. Yeah, so France was definitely, well, this is live. I wanted the fucking, what was the opening line, you dipshits? Gotta watch on Telemundo. Oh, really? The game's not on Fox anymore? Yeah, that puts a damper on it a bit, I'm sure. But France was favored in that matchup, as they should have been. They've been pretty dominant. They were, let's see, France versus Spain, money line, France plus 140, Spain plus 210. A draw was plus 210. I don't know, they can't draw. Somebody's got to win. France was favored by a half a goal. That's how they get you. That's how they get you. Boy, if you'd have taken, oh, that's crazy. Spain was a minus 170 to get a half a goal. So you bet $10 to win $15.88. Meanwhile, France was a minus half goal and plus 140. So you'd bet $10 to win 24. And if you just bet France at plus 140, you could win 24, and Spain at plus 210, $10 would win you 31. Hey, what up, Jesus? Over under was 2.5. It's kind of like they know what they're doing here. I think most people would have thought it'll be like a 2-1 game match, whatever, right? France 2, Spain 1. So over was a minus 110. Under was a minus 110. So they basically knew it was either going to be, maybe 2-0 France or 2-1 France. Was, I guess, the thought process. Question was, would Spain score? Well, all that's out the window right now. Also, some of those lines, like, I guess you're better off maybe doing prop bets, because it doesn't seem like a good value. Of course, they're all 4 teams that are left are really good. Here we go. All right, they're in 6 minutes, so it should be wrapping up soon. Yeah, this shows it on Fox, on ESPN. It shows it on Fox. Let me see who has scored the goals. Gamecast player stats. There we go. Michael or Mikel Oyarzabal. Okay. He's got a goal, as does Pedro Porro, who is a defender. Let's see, what were their lines to get a goal? If you had a Oyarzabal was plus 160 anytime goal score. So $10 would have got you 26. They didn't even have Pedro Porro. Not even on here. Now they're into the 7th minute. See, this is them just be like, come on, France, would you fucking score? Would you score? They're just buying time for France now. Ain't happening. France is done. Kaput. See ya. Bop. Yep, that's ball game. Tweet, tweet. Spain moves on. Crazy. And they await the winner of Argentina, England. Dre said, haven't watched one match in English. Ugh. Really? Hey, what up, Jeff Bell? That's interesting. I know in our household, if I were to put on Telemundo, Nora would be like, oh, okay. Like, she can't speak it, but she understands it. And I can't do either. Speak it or understand it. So, I wish I knew Spanish. I'm so mad that I took Latin in high school and cheated and didn't even learn Latin. 2 years. 2 years in Latin. When I know 3 words. I average a word and a half per school year. I'm going to say mom, dad, and kitchen in Latin. That's it. So not a good showing. Not a good showing. I wish I would have taken Spanish. I could at least, John Dorier said, you have power. Impressive. Yeah. You're impressed, and so am I. What is the? Although I'm a little nervous, it says rain for the next hour. And this is the, let's see, let's play it here. This is the map, so that's not looking great either. It's kind of swirling around and, So, yeah, a little nervous because a lot of times the areas around us will get rain and shit and we'll lose power. So, oh, wow. Yeah. 100% chance of rain through 6 o'clock. Fantastic. French team have more class than Wemby. I don't know about that. I don't think Wemby's low class. I'll tell you, have you guys seen that montage video of Messi? He's messy. It was like, this is everyone says is the greatest player in the world. This is your king. This is your hero. And he's like dirty. Like dirty. Oh, Dre said they're shaking hands with the team that beat him. Gotcha. But yeah, this montage video was pretty eye-opening because, you always assume like, oh, Messi, they say, is one of the greatest of all times, if not the greatest of all time, blah, blah, blah. And then you see this video and you're like, now look, Jordan was dirty in an era, and he kind of was at the tail end of, the real dirty NBA. But he would still talk shit and do things. At least Jordan didn't like flop like LeBron, right? Like Jordan wasn't going to give you the satisfaction. LeBron's out here trying to draw technicals and free throws and shit. And Jordan was like, oh, you're not going to punk me. I'm not falling down. And he started, it was like the bad boys in Detroit. And, this is back when motherfuckers would just clothesline you if you drove the lane. Yeah, B. Hanna said, end of an era with Messi and Ronaldo. Ronaldo for sure. He's done. I don't know how old Messi is, but is it possible he plays one more? He is 39. Nope. End of an era. End of an era. He ain't coming back. I doubt it. So, but yeah, they showed this. Damn, his net worth is 1.1 billion US dollars. That's crazy. Crazy. For playing soccer. He's 5'7". Nobody under 5'10" should be allowed to be a billionaire. I don't give a fuck. That's crazy. 5'7" and you got $1 billion in net worth? That's crazy. But let me see if I can find. Pele Hand of God was a GOAT. Altuve's not a billionaire, though, B. Hannon. You know, get rich, make your money. But the 1.1 billion? Nah, fam. All you're going to do is spend all that on inserts, elevator inserts for your shoes. Donna, what's up? Donna said, España! Good old España!
Irdan.
That's what they said to France. Hey, France!
Irdan.
Yep. Pele Hand of God was the GOAT. There you go. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, obviously, a lot of people will say that, but man, we've gotten to witness, I guess, some, great soccer players since him. So I guess it's always going to be one of those debates, kind of like, who's the GOAT in basketball and all that shit. So I feel like there's only one sport where there's not a debate, and that's NFL. It's Tom Brady. Tom Brady, greatest football player. I just don't think that it's. I grant you the floor to argue Jordan, LeBron. Right? Like baseball, I'll grant you the floor to argue. Well, Ohtani's going to probably go down as the greatest ever. But, if you want to argue Bonds and I don't know, whoever, at one time, Mike Trout was, going to claim the honors. Oh, don't worry, John DeOrier. We ain't doing no damn Mount Rushmores. Never, ever would I do it. But, I don't know. In the NFL, it's pretty cut and dry. What up, Walt? Pretty cut and dry. Brady, and then you can fight it out for number 2. In Europe, he's average height or above. That's true. Amos. Who is the shortest, richest athlete? Well, it would have to be him, right? It would have to be Messi. 5'7", 1.1 billion. Is there another athlete worth more who is shorter? Says Floyd Mayweather or soccer legend Lionel Messi. Both are remarkably wealthy and stand between 5'6" and 5'8", which is well below typical billionaire and mega athlete height of 6'5" or taller. I told you, see? Y'all, god damn it, y'all don't listen to me. Most billionaires are 6'5" or taller. Damn it, I tell y'all, and no one listens. Oh, Barry don't know what he's talking about. Fuck. Yes, I do. Can't have these little dudes out here running around making billions. Millions? Fine. Be a millionaire, shorty. Be a millionaire, short king. Can't have no 5'6" billionaire. It's fucking weird. You can't have a pile of money taller than you. Only short king billionaire in the history of the world that gets a pass is Scrooge McDuck. That's it. That's it. Nobody else. Floyd Mayweather's 5'8". So I guess Messi, Floyd's 5'8" and has 1.2 billion. Messi's 5'7". It says his annual earnings surpassing 130 million, but he's a billionaire. Diego Maradona, 5'5", one of the highest earning sports stars of his generation. Yeah, he's not a billionaire. Simone Biles, 4'8", but she ain't a billionaire. So the shortest short king of them all, worth $1 billion, is Lionel Messi at 5'7". 5'7". Oh, B. Hannon, man, you know what? Where is this shit at? This is just for you. You raggedy bitch. Where did it go?
Bye, Felicia.
Bye, have a great time.
Yeah. Daddy's flexing his timeout for that horse shit.
Get out.
Well, see you later.
The fuck out of here, B. Hannon, with that nonsense.
Goodbye.
Everybody.
See you later, fucker. All right, I'm gonna time this stupid ass out. Those of you that need to know why, here's why. Right here, this comment right there. Look at that. Look at that dumb shit. Look at that dumb shit. Jordan wasn't shit without Pippen. Scram, beat it, kid. Scram, skedaddle. All right, take this time out and suck it, nerd. 10 minutes. We'll see you in 10 minutes. I'll save the hip hop talk for when you're back, you dumbass. That is just blasphemous. Just the gall, the balls on this guy to say that. You're a crazy person. What up, Chewy? You're a crazy person. Altuve hasn't made $1 billion from HEB commercials. No, he doesn't even talk in them. He'll just be like, delicious. Yeah. That's it. That's all he done. Delicious. That's it. 3 to 6 is truck driver Pussy's perfect night. What perfect height? 3 to what? 3:6? That don't make no damn sense. Nasty Nate! Sir, thank you for resubscribing for 46 months, you beautiful man, you. Using that Prime sub. You're the man, sir. Thank you. I miss me Hannon. Wait, no, I don't. MJ the GOAT, not LeBron. Thank you. Yeah. Thank you. Barry. Pew pew knows. Be Hannon with that silly shit. Yo, Chris. Sir, welcome in. Thank you for resubscribing for 42 months. Oh, let's start a little hype train, boy. We hadn't run one of those in forever. That's crazy talk. Also, not doing shots, guys. This goddamn Wegovy pill, air gives me heartburn. But I will shoot this. Like, these give me heartburn. How the fuck you get heartburn from a flavored water? You puss. But I say thank you for this little hype train we got going here. Much love to you. Perry, thank you for the 20 bits, pimp. You're the man, sir. I like these. Like, I miss being. No, I don't. Fuck him. I don't miss him. No, that's not what he meant, Total Dallas. He said someone has dyslexia. Did he mean Pippen wasn't shit without Jordan? It's not what he meant. He said what he said. He meant what he said. And that's why his dumb ass got timed out. Period. End of story. B. Hannon also thinks Phillip Rivers is the GOAT, not Brady. Probably so. That's what that goofy boy deserves. Donna! Double salute. Thank you for the 50 biddies, Donna. My sweet, sweet Donna in the house. Now, Amos, you're borderline. You're pushing it. Maybe not an NBA championship without Pippen, but he was already doing his thing. You know, it does take role players. I'll admit that. Was Pippen there for all 6? Let's see. How many NBA titles did Pippen and Jordan win together? 6. Okay. Yeah, they achieved this as teammates. Okay. 91 to 93, 96 to 98. Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough. And for the record, that in between 93, 94, 94, 95, yeah. B. Hannon, old goofy ass. Jordan was off playing baseball. What was Pippen doing? Not a goddamn thing. Getting punked by the Rockets, that's what. How dare you say some goofy shit like that? How dare you, sir? Michael Jordan has no championships without Scottie Pippen. Has Phil Jackson as his coach. Yeah, well, don't get me started on Phil Jackson. Okay, I don't want to hear it, man. I don't want to hear it. That. Look, credit where credit is due. He had to come up with the right kind of, offense and schemes and stuff like that. But every time Phil Jackson has been great, he's had one of the best players ever on his squad. And when he did it, he wasn't. Just check the Knicks. Let's see, Phil Jackson. Hold on, let me pull up this. You can't convince me otherwise. Phil Jackson was good. Phil Jackson was not the greatest coach of all times. Period. Let's see. Where was his coaching record? Let's see. No, not that. Damn it. Coaching. No, let's see. Yeah, he didn't do shit with the Albany Patroons. Who the fuck? What the fuck is a Patroon? He was an assistant with Chicago 87-89, Bulls 89-98, Lakers 99-20, 2004, 2005, 2011. I thought he coached the Knicks. I guess he was just like the GM or some shit. I'm not for sure he had coached the Knicks. Okay, he was an executive. That didn't go good. I rest my case, though. All those years with either Jordan or Kobe. Jordan and Pippen, Kobe and Shaq. Come on, bro. You know, like, he's Bill Belichick to me. We've seen Belichick ain't shit without Tom Brady. That reminds me of that NWA song. NWA ain't shit without Ice Cube. Ha ha. Same thing. But Phil Jackson. I mean, he does have 11 titles. And that's saying something. Damn. From 91 to 2010, Phil Jackson won 1, 2, 3, 4, 11. From 91 in what? 91 to 2001 was 10. So in 20 years, 19 years, he won 11 titles of the 19 years. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. Not too shabby. Not too shabby. When did the Lakers, let's see, 98, let's see, 2000 was... Yeah, he had Shaq. Where's the roster at? Yep, Kobe Bryant. And Shaq. So, yeah, it was like from the get-go. I'm curious, when did Kobe join the Lakers? Let's see. Kobe was with the Lakers 96. Yeah, so this wasn't like rookie year Kobe. Okay. 96 to 2016. Man. I was watching I saw this little video online. Larry Brown, 2004 Pistons, 98. Most of the time in New York was to Spike Dolan. All right. Which coach won multiple championships without great players? And look, it's a good point. You've got to have, not many people are winning championships without great players. They do go hand in hand. But that's kind of my point, right? Like, you give credit to the coach when they win championships, but if you take away the great players, those coaches really ain't shit. So it's not the coaches are making the players great. The players are making the coaches look great. Does that make sense? Like, there's, I mean, y'all know my fascination with Eric Spoelstra. And I stand for him like I stand for Mike Tomlin. But Spoelstra has, proven himself. He hasn't won a championship without, greatness, I guess. Let's see. Eric Spoelstra. I would not have spelled that right. There still is great coaching. Let's see. Spoelstra. Two-time NBA champion 2013 or 2012, 2013. Yeah. Been with the Heat since 2008. And he's already top 15 coaches in NBA history. Okay. So obviously we know what that squad was like in Miami when he won those the two championships. He had, let's see, where is it? Damn it, just show me the damn. Oh, they're not gonna show it. All right, I'm not gonna hunt it down. But that was the Big Three era in Miami. Pippen was taking the Bulls to the playoffs when Jordan was playing baseball. But not winning championships, you raggedy bitch. That's what you said, B. Hannon. You said that Jordan wouldn't have won championships without Pippen. Or that, what did you say? Let me go back. This stupid ass quote. This dumb ass quote. Oh, dumb ass, stupid ass. Yeah, there it is. Jordan wasn't shit without Pippen. Man, stop it. It's like Heartthrob said, maybe you were just dyslexic and meant it the other way. Chris said the last KC Royals championship in 2015 was lacking star power. That's a good one. Also, there are a lot of coaches that haven't won championships with great players on the roster. That too. Right? He said, yeah, Doc Rivers and Mark Jackson. That's a good example, especially Mark Jackson, because didn't they win not the next year, but the year after? Or maybe they did win the next year when Steve Kerr took over. Did Jordan make the playoffs with the Wizards? He was 111 years old, bro. That'd be like, what did Olajuwon do in Toronto without Clyde? Man, what the fuck? What? Bro, his ass was old. Trey said Pippen played one season without Jordan in Chicago. He played two, didn't he? Oh, no, he came back and they still got their ass whooped in the playoffs. They didn't get to play the Rockets. Be Hannon be having brain days. Let's see. Pull something out of a person that no one else can. There still is great coaching. I'm not saying there's not great coaching. To Walt's point, you've never seen a great coach be great without great players. There are plenty of great players that were great without great coaches. I'm confused as shit right now. So it's rare. I mean, we're sitting here trying to come up with one, and the best we got so far was Chris from Sam Houston said the 2015 Royals. Let's see. Best sports. Let's see, best NFL, MLB, or NBA team to win a championship. Oh, my God. Championship without a star player. Or no all-stars. That's a good one. Somebody asked that on Reddit in the NBA. Best championship teams built on total depth and defense rather than transcendent superstars. I don't know about the second one. The 2004 Detroit Pistons. Okay. Let's look them up. 2004. Okay, that's 20,004. 2004 Pistons. It also lists the 2000 Ravens. That was the Trent Dilfer Ravens, right? Had to be. Excuse me. And then it has also listed the 1990 Cincinnati Reds. Let's look up that team. So here, I'm going to put all these on the screen for y'all so you can look at it with me. Let's see. Get out of here. Scram, beat it, kid. All right, we'll start with the Pistons since that was the first one that they gave. Let's see. I'm trying to get y'all as much real estate on the screen as possible. Makes it easier to see. Let's see the roster. This was the 2003-2004 Pistons. Oh, yeah, that was the Chauncey Billups and what's his name? Why am I not Lindsey Hunter? Richard Hamilton. Yeah, Ben Wallace. So there you go. Chucky Atkins, Chauncey Billups, Eldon Campbell, Hubert Davis, Tremaine Folks, Darvin Ham, Richard Hamilton, Lindsey Hunter, Mike James, Darko Milicic, Mehmet Okur, damn. Tayshaun Prince, that's who I was thinking of. Zelensko Rebaraka. I don't know who the fuck that is. Bob Sura. Oh, boy, I loved me some Bob Sura back in the day. Ben Wallace, Rasheed Wallace, Corliss Williamson. So a lot of good players, but no, like, you don't look at that and be like, oh, man, that's a superstar right there. That's a one of one kind of guy. There's some really, really good players on this list. But that is a team built around depth. Who was the head coach that year? It doesn't see assistant, coaches, and staff. Teams and opponents. Who was Larry Brown. Yep, Larry Brown. Well, shit. The way they talk about Jalen B, we should be on that list. That's true. That's true. You know what? Big Stout, I can't believe nobody said that, but you're right. That Knicks team that won this year, look, Jaylen Brown is, y'all know I professed my love for him after the finals were over. I was like, yo, that dude, he deserves to be way more popular and a bigger star than he is or given credit for. But I don't think anybody argues, oh, man, he's one of the Jalen Brunson. Sorry, I said Jaylen Brown. But nobody's arguing like, oh, one of the greatest of all time. He'll go down as a prolific playoff scorer and clutch and all the things. But nobody's putting him in that elite, upper echelon superstar thing. Yeah, see, Stout says talking Jay Brunson. See how easy it is. I just misspoke. I was thinking Jaylen Brown, but I meant Brunson. Brunson is the modern Mike Conley. I don't know. I think he's more clutch than that. I told y'all at the time about that. It's like a podcast clip, and it was like, who scored the most fourth quarter points in the playoffs in, I don't know, it was like 2020. And the guy was a guest. Other people, Jalen Brunson. 2021, he was like, well, that had to have been, nope, Jalen Brunson. 2022, Jalen Brunson. 2023, Jalen Brunson. 2024, Jalen Brunson. Like, literally since 2020, Jalen Brunson has more fourth quarter points in the playoffs than any player in the NBA. That's crazy. LBJ teamed up with two top 10 players in Miami and lost to Dirk. Old ass Jason Kidd. And JJ Barea. Yeah, no shit. Some deep pulls if you know it off the dome. Yeah, no shit. No, I didn't know it off the dome. So that was the Pistons team. Here we go. Ravens. This was the Trent Dilfer Ravens. Has to be, right? Has to be. Yeah, Trent Dilfer. That was Tony Banks and Trent Dilfer. Damn. So Tony Banks started 8 games. Trent Dilfer started 8 games. Dilfer goes 7-1. Tony Banks goes 5-3. Dilfer, let's see, he had 1,500 yards, 59.3% completion. Nothing sexy, right? And this was their offensive. It doesn't just have the roster, does it? Oh, that's my guy Sam Adams. I went to junior high with him. Jamal Lewis, Shannon Sharp. Now, Shannon Sharp, he'll go down as one of the greatest tight ends of all time. Priest Holmes, Rocket Ismail, Travis Taylor, Jermaine Lewis, Brandon Stokely, Patrick Johnson, Ben Coates, Trent Dilfer, Billy Davis, Tony Banks, Sam Gash. Sam Gash. And Jamal Lewis, he was legit. Shannon Sharp. And, of course, this was also the Ray Lewis. There's Priest Holmes on kick and punt returns. There's Sam Adams, Ray Lewis. Let's see, who else? Jonathan Ogden, Rod Woodson. I mean, there was some legit. I mean, Ray Lewis is obviously elite. I mean, look at all those accolades. Pro Bowl, AP1, AP MVP 5th, Defensive Player of the Year. I don't know what it was. CP as Comeback Player of the Year. Let's see. Yeah, Comeback Player of the Year. There you go. Ray Lewis was 11. Trent Dilfer was 3rd in that. So, what is it? What is this? I thought he was. Uh-oh. Bitch. Yeah, it looked like they had him as he was 1st in Defensive Player of the Year. Okay. Anyways, first team All-Pro. So they had what? Ogden was first team All-Pro at left tackle. He'll go down as one of the greatest left tackles of all time. And Ray Lewis. So I don't know. I think that they say this because Trent Dilfer, but that defense was elite and he had some weapons, man. He definitely had some weapons. Maybe one of the, a top 5 tight end of all time. All right, so here's the Reds. This is the last one, the 1990 Cincinnati Reds. Let's see. Joe Oliver, Todd Benzinger, Jesus. Mariano Duncan, Barry Larkin, Chris Sabo, Billy Hatcher, Eric Davis, Paul O'Neill. Yeah, not a who's who of, fielders. Nobody looks at that and goes, oh, buddy. Barry Larkin was great, but he wasn't like elite. He wasn't greatest of all time kind of discussion. None of these cats were. Chris Sabo. Where's the pitching? Here we go. Oh, good old Bill Doran. Boo, you sell out. Ken Griffey. Let's see. Hal Morris. Terry McGriff. Let's see. Tom Browning. Jack Armstrong. Rick Mailer. Norm Charlton. Hank Jackson. Scooter. Rob Dibble was good. Tim Liana. Randy Myers was decent. Chris Hammond. Keith Brown. That was an okay pitching staff. Tom Browning won 15 games that year. Jose Rio won 14. Jack Armstrong 12. Danny Jackson 6. Not an elite pitching staff by any stretch of the imagination. I think I'd have to put the Reds second on this list. Maybe first. 1990 Reds might go down as the greatest title winner without superstars But give them first place on that list and Detroit second. Rio is a monster. I'm sure Pete Rose had major influence on the long shot Reds winning that. Chris Sabo at third. Barry Larkin was a star. Yeah. But again, not an elite, not a GOAT. I mean, what? Nah, the defense additive spoils the list. I agree there, Big Stout. Let's see. Those were stars. Yep. Let's see. So that was it. Yeah, I put the Reds first, the Pistons second, and I don't even include the Ravens on this list. There's too many stars on that team. Too many stars. So, nope. No can do. Okay. Time for Bop to go home. He gone.
Fuck you, Hunter.
Yeah. All right. Who watched the Home Run Derby last night? Raise your hand. I did not. I did not watch the Home Run Derby. And the reason, what's up, Tony? Viva España! I was busy, but it was recorded. You could watch it, on Netflix. I always get excited for, the Home Run Derby and the All-Star Game. But I got to be honest. I looked at the lineup for the Home Run Derby and was like, I don't want to watch that. Now, hear me out. Before you all jump my, case and tell me that my take is stupid, which I'm sure you will. Now, let me preface this by saying I'm a huge baseball fan. Any of you that have been listening to me throughout the years on the ESPN radio and here know it's my favorite sport. I love baseball. And I also am a proponent, like many, many others, that it's the greatest all-star game in sports. Hockey, the skills competition being a close second. But the Home Run Derby has its place, right, amongst the great exhibition events in North American sports. Or so it did. But there's a part of me that feels like the Home Run Derby is slowly going the way of the slam dunk contest. It used to be the preeminent part of All-Star Weekend. The slam dunk contest, when it was Jordan and Dominique Wilkins and Dr. J and Spud Webb, and it was must-watch sports television. It was the greatest in the sport at that time, doing the most exciting thing of the sport, which was dunk. And then slowly players stopped wanting to do it, whether it be because of injury or, they didn't want to be embarrassed or they didn't want to lose or whatever it was. They just stopped doing the dunk contest. But when you have players like Yordan Alvarez that's not in it, Aaron Judge that's not in it, Shohei Ohtani, that's who I want to see competing against each other in the home run contest. I don't want to see Junior Caminero or Gagliagugulaboo. I don't know what the fuck his name was. I want to see the greatest home run hitters in the sport today going head to head for the Home Run Derby title. Now, it's their right to say, I don't want to do it. Messes up my swing, makes me tired, whatever. Excuse me. So it's their right to say that and not participate. But in doing so, it dilutes what the Derby is and has become. And so there was I looked at the lineup for the Derby and was like, yeah, I don't really care about this. They tried to make it something with Schwarber and Bryce Harper and then Harper hits 8 home runs and no thanks. I mean, let's take a look right now. MLB stats, batting leaders, home runs. The top home run hitters: Kyle Schwarber with 32, Yordan Alvarez with 31, Ben Rice with 29, Junior Caminero with 28, James Wood with 28, Hunter Goodman with 27, Byron Buxton 25, Matt Olson, Colson Montgomery, Shohei Ohtani has 22, and the winner, Jordan Walker, has 22, as does Kazuma Okamoto. Juan Soto has 21, Pete Alonso 21, Brandon Lowe 21, Miguel Vargas, Shea Langelier, and Pete Crow Armstrong all with 21. Bryce Harper has 20. He's 19th on this list. Wilson Contreras has 20. He's 19th on the list. So let's pull up. Let's see. Home Run Derby lineup. Round 1, Contreras and Walker. Walker is 10th on the list. Contreras is tied for 19th. Gagliamone, or whatever the fuck his name is, versus Murakami. Minataka Murakami is 19th on the list with 20 home runs. Where's, oh boy. I don't even see him on here. Where's this shit? I know he's got to be up there. Okay. Am I missing it? Let's see. Ain't no fucking way. Okay. What the hell? Well, where in the fuck is this dude even listed on here? Let's see. Does he just not have enough to qualify? Probably not. Let's see. Let me go to stats. However the fuck you pronounce it. 15 home runs. So you had a dude with 15 home runs, which is good for... Oh, there he is. 49th. So you got a guy 49th, tied for 49th on this list in home runs, and no Yordan Alvarez. I already told you what Murakami was. Rice was up there. He was one of the legit guys. He's got 29. Caminero was 4th with 28, so that's good. And then you had Harper and Schwarber. Schwarber was 1st. Where's Harper on the list? Harper was 19th. So of the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 guys, the top 8 on the list should have been Kyle Schwarber 1, Yordan Alvarez 2, Ben Rice, Junior Caminero, James Wood, Hunter Goodman, Byron Buxton, and Matt Olson. That is your top 8 home run hitters right now at the All-Star break. With Olsen and Buxton tied with 25. So from that list, we had 1, 2, 3. 3 guys from the top 8. Shohei Ohtani's not even in the top 10. But that's to me. These are the people that I want to see in the Home Run Derby. I want to see, notoriously great power hitters. I mean, like somebody said, Machado. He was 26, but yeah, that'd have been great. Pete Alonso. He's always in it. Juan Soto. Where are these guys at? That's what I want to see. Nope. So that sucks. No Aaron Judge. I'm looking at others. Let's see. Yeah, that would have been my preferred 8. Yeah, Schwarber, Alvarez, Ben Rice, top 3, yes. But then add Ohtani, that's 4. Add Soto, that's 5. Alonso is 6. And these are guys that have done it, right? Year in and year out. Notoriously great power hitters. But the part of the problem is, I don't think it's baseball that would say no to that. It's the fact that these guys don't want to do it. It messes up their swing. It does all kinds of shit. And that's been the thing for a while. So back to my point. Donna said, I don't even know the kid that won it. I've never heard of him. PB Dub said, Home Run Derby doesn't pay any extra. It does. It pays $1 million to the winner. $1 million. $1 million. But these guys, all those names I listed, $1 million to them is $1,000 to us. And so they're like, So it's a watered down version of what it's supposed to be. And that sucks. But the good news is at least everybody plays in the All-Star Game. Also not the case. There was an article on The Athletic that talked about one of the guys that is notorious for not playing and resting and healing because of injuries that developed was Jose Altuve. But when you look at who was voted in versus who is starting and who is playing, there's, one, it's a weird year. I mean, in the American League, this was these are your starters as voted by the fans. Shane Langeliers is catching, Jordan DHing, Nick Kurtz at first, but he wasn't the original. Ernie Clement at second, Junior Caminero. Hold on, I have the starters here as voted. Let's see, elected starters. Here we go. Your elected starters. Vlad was voted at first base. Ernie Clement at second, Junior Caminero at third, Bobby Witt Jr. at shortstop, Mike Trout, Byron Buxton, and Aaron Judge in the outfield with Jordan Alvarez at DH and Shane Langeliers at catching. Now, your starters doesn't include Vlad Guerrero Jr. and so Ben Rice is going to play first base for Vlad. Troutton, Alvarez, Shane. Here's the starting lineup, right? So if we do this, there's the voted on lineup versus the starting lineup. So Drake Baldwin. Oh, I'm on the wrong one. What the hell am I doing? Okay. Let's catch it. There we go. Shane Langoliers. All right. So Shane Langoliers in. Vlad out. Ernie Clement at second base. In. Junior Caminero at third base. In. Bobby Witt Jr. at shortstop. In. Mike Trout in the outfield. In. Byron Buxton not playing. Aaron Judge not playing. And then Yordan Alvarez. So you're missing Buxton, Judge, and Guerrero from that list. Nick Kurtz was in line to replace Guerrero at first base, but suffered a thumb strain. Aaron Judge and Byron Buxton were elected as the starting outfielders for the AL, but will not play in the game due to injury. Vlad elected as the All-Star first baseman will not play in the game. And then so you're missing 3 voted on starters. Here's your Drake Baldwin at catcher. He's in. Freddie Freeman in. Ozzie Albies in. Max Muncy in. Okay, good. CJ Abrams, yep. Brandon Marsh, yep. Juan Soto, yep. Andy Pages, yep. And Shohei Ohtani. Nope. So, no Ohtani. That's not bad. Kyle Schwarber takes his place. You can do worse. So, it's not terrible, but also, I think what we need to talk about is there's a lot of players missing from this list that you're used to seeing every year that are just having bad years. And you look at that and go, my goodness, a lot of these names should be reserves, right? But look, man, there's a lot of cats. There was the Athletic had a list of players that should have been in, and that was a long list. But those are, don't get me wrong, there's some really great players on that list, and but we don't get to watch Ohtani pitch to Judge. We don't get to watch Ohtani pitch to Vlad Guerrero Jr. or Yordan. I want that. So, you're not going to get to watch a lot of great matchups. It just feels like, and maybe it's just an off year, but it just feels like this All-Star game, this Home Run Derby just lacks some luster. It's not doing it for me this year. And I could be wrong. Maybe you guys disagree. Let me know. Hey, what up, Uriel? Good to see you, pimp. Home Run Derby doesn't pay extra. You won't have to worry about a Home Run Derby or All-Star game next year. Ain't that the truth, PB Dubs? Lockout is coming. Oh, I like that, Total Dallas. Yeah. Behanna said, are any of these household names? No. Baseball, LOL. Don't get me started. Donna said, right, I used to know 80% of MLB players, not anymore. Behanna said, MLB has been terrible this year. It really has. I mean, let's see if I can find No, that's not what I wanted. Oh, here we go. Many of the biggest names aren't playing. Yeah, it says, I'd be interested to see where Grant would rank this hypothetical lineup. Judge, Ohtani, Jose Ramirez, Nick Kurtz, Byron Buxton, Francisco Lindor, Ronald Acuna Jr., Will Smith, Jose Altuve. Now let's add these 9 pitchers for 1 inning each. Ohtani, Jacob Mizorowski, Tariq Skubal, Paul Skeens, Zach Wheeler, Chase Burns, Ranger Suarez, Cam Schlittler, and Jacob deGrom. Then let's put Cal Raleigh, Julio Rodriguez, Michael Harris, second, Bryce Trang, J.J. Weatherholt, Jazz Chisholm Jr., Ellie De La Cruz on your bench, and send our apologies to Vlad Guerrero Jr., Garrett Cole, Max Fried, Max Myers, and Edwin Diaz. Why those players? Because none of them will play in tonight's All-Star Game. All those names I just read you, Judge, Ohtani, Ramirez, Nick Kurtz, Byron Buxton, Francisco Lindor, Ronald, that's crazy. Crazy. Wow. Yeah, here's what they mentioned. It says, this is an entirely new issue. In 2011, Jeter drew attention for choosing not to participate, citing a desire to rest his calf muscle and help New York in the second half. Altuve must have been paying attention. He hasn't played in the exhibition since 2017. The trash can scandal, they had to throw that in. Using similar reasoning. Every year, some previously unreported nagging injury would suddenly require rest over the break. But he was actually on the IL in 2023. As for the they threw on Sunday crowd, Paul Skeens made it clear. The team is and should be the priority. So that's why, pitchers aren't going to play. Skeens says, I threw yesterday for the Pirates. We won, and in my opinion, that's more important than the All-Star Game. Being able to pitch for your team. As long as the All-Star Game of the WBC doesn't get in the way, I think it's something that I would never say no to. But when it's kind of one or the other type thing, I'll always choose the Pirates over that. I don't blame anybody for taking some rest if they need it. Okay. With pitchers, you kind of get it. It's one of those things, right? Which is maybe why, if you want guys like Paul Skeens to be able to pitch, you might have to extend the last game before the All-Star break, the distance between it and the All-Star Game. Maybe you make it 5 games, but then you need to extend it 5 games past so they can pitch again. And now you've got this huge long gap in the season, which I don't think anybody player-wise would complain about, to get a 10, 11, 12-day break. But it becomes, not feasible for the league. Let's see, when does play resume? 2 days from now, July 16th, New York and Philly is the next game. So no games tomorrow, no games on Wednesday, and then full slate on Friday. You'll have 1 game on Thursday, full slate on Friday. So that's part of it, right? It's kind of like why football could never get their Pro Bowl going. Guys like, I'm not getting hurt going full contact, and that's crazy. The only sport that doesn't have an excuse is for players sitting out is basketball. Like, what are we doing? But I understand pitchers. I understand hockey. I understand football players. But yet and still, you got guys that there's been plenty of great pitchers that have pitched in the All-Star Game. So it certainly can happen if you want to bad enough. You can make the lineup, the pitching rotation work that way. But so that's just something to keep an eye on, man. This is beginning to trend in the wrong direction for MLB. I've lost interest this year for some reason. It probably, one, has to do with the Astros not being elite. That always happens. If your team, no matter the sport, isn't elite, you tend to... baseball was everything in this town for a decade. And now I think people are apathetic because the hometown team is mid. Let the Rockets make a deep playoff run. This will be a basketball town. Unless the Texans are, making the Super Bowl. Fans by nature are bandwagoning. Even diehards, when the team sucks, unless it's football, which is one day a week. But basketball, baseball, if your team sucks, but you're still a diehard, you're like, I'm not going to watch this Tuesday game. Oh, yeah, H-Town is fair weather. Bandwagon, fair weather, you're 1,000%. And a lot of that is because we have a lot of non-native Houstonians living here. When you have a population like Houston does, where it is a melting pot, but it's a destination city in that people want to move here for jobs, for cost of living, for whatever. So when that happens, the trade-off is in your sports, those people aren't going to games unless the team is winning. And it's what I said starting in 2017. I'll take credit for the phrase. No one will give it to me, but I don't give a shit. I know what I said and no one else was saying it. But I said the phrase, been a lifelong Astros fan since 2017. And I said it then, and it's a decade plus later almost been saying it. Because it's the truth. That's what Houston is. Let the Texans win a Super Bowl. Oh, man, I've been a lifelong Texans fan since 2026. That'll be the case. It's just a fact. That's what Houston is. Don't get me wrong, there are plenty of sports fans in this town that were born here, that were raised here, and are diehard fans. Yours truly included. Y'all have heard me rail on this. I've been, when the Tennessee Titans were the Houston Oilers left, dead to me. You're not Houston anymore. Bye. I'm about my city. I'm about the Rockets, the Astros, the Texans. That's it. But at the same time, if the Rockets are ass, if the Astros are ass, I'm not invested like that where I got to be like, shit, I got to watch 162. When the Astros, look, Nora and I, here's a great example. I grew up on the Astros. I remember when J.R. Richard had his heart attack. I remember Mike Scott being accused of scuffing the ball. Bill Doran was my favorite player growing up. You can't fuck with me on Houston sports. My parents were huge sports fans. They raised me as a sports fan. I remember Mike Renfro's not in the back of the end zone against the Steelers. You can't fuck with me on Houston sports. As long as I've been alive and can remember, I follow Houston sports. I loved these teams through thick and thin. But there comes a point when you're 52 years old, or, I think it was, 2014? So I was, I don't know, 40? You're 40 years old. You don't want to watch a baseball team that loses 100 games. You're just like, shit. I know we've seen this movie 100 times this year. I don't want to watch that shit, much less go to it. So you can't blame fans for not wanting to watch awful sports. Mediocre, like the Rockets for the Steve Francis era. And in between, there was a decade of mediocrity with the Rockets. They would always be, the 8th place in the West, the 8th seed in the playoffs, lose the first round, and you don't get a lottery pick. That was them every year. It's almost like, man, just suck a couple years, get some picks, but they wouldn't. So I understand, but this city is full of people that don't feel the same way as a lot of us do about the sports teams in this town. So they lose interest. They don't care. So it happens. And even the diehards, when you've, like in the case of Donna and the Astros, when your team has been so good for so long, it's really hard to get invested in a team that's mid and may or may not make the playoffs. Especially if they don't do shit at the trade deadline. They go out and get a big arm at the trade deadline. Daddy's interested. We're right back up in that bitch. Got a 1-2 punch of Hunter Brown and Tariq Skubal. I think I felt my pants move just saying that out loud. And it got to happen. It's not happening. But my God, something like that, right back up in there. B. Hannah's just throwing out mid names. Martin Scola, Carl Landry. God. Ugh. B. Hannah said U of H basketball is kind of a big deal. It is. And it's on a run. But I separate pro sports from college because you can be born and raised and live here your whole life, except for the 4 or 5 or 6 years that you leave to go to college at UT or I don't give a shit, Michigan, Ohio State, Alabama, and then you come back home and you're still a native Houstonian. You just went to school there. So college to me is different. I mean, I didn't go to college. I didn't go to a 4-year college, but I grew up an Aggie fan. No one chooses to be a fucking Aggie fan, just so we're clear. No one chooses to root for the Texas A&M Aggies. You either went there or you were born into it somehow. I was born into it. I definitely would have picked a different college to cheer for. 1,000%. But I'm stuck because I don't flip-flop bandwagon and change. Now, when U of H is playing well and doing good, yeah, I'll root for them. Love to see them win. That's great. When, Rice is decent at football or whatever. Okay. But I think college is different. Oh, no. Look, B. Hannah said you weren't a Hakeem fan. Ah, well, see, sir, that's where you're wrong. I was a Hakeem fan. I was also an Akeem fan. Yeah. Akeem Olajuwon, not Hakeem. Back when he was Akeem. Back when he came here by accident. Oh, B. Hannah, who you telling, bro, he played at U of H? Yeah, no shit. I remember Five Slammer Jammer, bro. My mom made me go and watch. I remember the heartbreak of watching that team lose to Georgetown. I remember NC State. I remember, bro, I grew up on this shit, homie. I lived here my whole life. I'm telling you, when I say my parents are sports fans, especially my mom. But, man, you can't go back to 1979 in sports in the city of Houston and name something that I didn't witness, watch, and root for and be a part of. But I think college is different, right? Like but I wasn't a big A&M basketball fan. I was probably more a U of H basketball fan because of Phi Slamma Jam, Cadillac Williams and Drexler and whew, man, that team, unbelievable. Between that, so I was like a U of H basketball fan and an A&M football fan. I wasn't A&M. Nobody's a college baseball fan. If you are, you're a psycho. Okay, I'll just tell you right now. If you're a college baseball fan, you need to get tested. NC State was tough, bro. So look, I'm with you, Donna. And I just think as much as I love baseball, kind of sucks this year. I mean, in general, the AL sucks this year. We went through this not too long ago. The product right now for baseball is not good. And at a time like that, that's when you really want your stars in the Derby and on the field for the All-Star Game. The Athletic had a great line, whoever wrote this article. He put, maybe this year we don't call it the All-Star Game, we call it the Some Stars Game. Mwah! Fantastic. Because it's true. It's true. It's the Midsummer Classic. Yeah, now it's just the Mid Classic. Okay. But listen, props to Walker for winning the Home Run Derby. Apparently he put on a show. But I just ended up not watching. Jordan Walker did say that he hopes the Home Run Derby will inspire black kids to play baseball and get into it. Admirable on his part. And yeah, that's always been an issue with baseball is the lack of black players compared to Latin and white players. So, Philly Schwarber's going to lead off for the NL in the All-Star Game. Okay. I worked with Winslow at American Freightways about 30 years ago. We called him Sweet and Low. Nice. Nice. All right. I think that's about all I got for you today. Yeah, we did World Cup. Fuck, we still didn't get to the favorite hip-hop era. Okay, that is first on the list tomorrow. This last one, we're doing that first tomorrow. We talked a little bit of hip-hop today, but tomorrow we do Amos's question. You can only pick a 10-year period of hip-hop to listen to for the rest of your life. What 10-year period are you picking? We're going to do that tomorrow, but we don't have time today. But we're going to do that tomorrow. I'm sorry, Mines, you can't show up at 5:11 for a stream that ends at 5 talking about don't leave. I'm sorry, buddy. Come back tomorrow. You and your all caps. All right, well, thank you guys for hanging out, man. Thank y'all for the hype train. Thank you for the resubs and the biddies and being here. It's July. We got all summer. Yeah, no shit. Tomorrow, there's nothing on. Do we have FIFA World Cup tomorrow? It'll probably be during the day. These bozos. Let's see. Janice McNair died at the age of 89. I just saw that headline. Texans co-founder, Janice McNair passed away at the age of 89. R.I.P. to Janice. Let's see, Men's World Cup. When is the schedule for tomorrow? England and Argentina starting at 2 p.m. Okay. All right. No, Mines, I am not stopping this show to talk about the Raptors for 2 minutes. You just came back from work? Well, I'm clocking out, Mines. Thank you for the rewatch. You're a gentleman and a scholar. Yeah, so England, Argentina tomorrow at 2 p.m. That's the sports we get. All right, I love you guys. I will see y'all tomorrow. We're going to discuss that. We'll discuss, we'll talk Raptors in the first hour, whether Mines is here or not. But we'll talk hip hop, we'll talk sports, we'll talk shit, we'll have a good time. All I need you to do, join me tomorrow. All right, in the meantime, I need you to do me 3 favors. Be safe, be kind, and most importantly, love each other. If Dub said the Raptors would be 12-70. There's only 82 games, brother. Oh yeah, my bad. I don't know. Oh God, I added that up wrong. Yeah, 12-70 is hilarious. Thank you, B. Hannon. Much love to you. I'm sorry I had to time you out for that idiotic, stupid ass take. I'll see you tomorrow, everybody. Shut up, Donna. She said math much. Kiss my ass. Bye, everybody. And he's making a YouTube video.